Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Oluwaseun Adetule. I'm discussing with us this morning, this um, today, the 18th day of October 2022. The topic I want to discuss is team um, conflicts, is team conflict management. That's what I will be discussing with us this today. I want us to relax and enjoy the presentation. The term conflict management refers to the process of efficiently and fairly identifying and resolving conflicts. Conflict happens, we have conflicts in our homes, societies, organizations, offices, and what have you. The objective of team conflict management is to make disagreements less likely to have negative consequences and more likely to lead to positive outcomes. Disagreements may be unpleasant at home or at work, and not every disagreement calls for the same resolution. You will better be able to resolve disagreement constructively if you learn how to manage conflicts in the right way. Now, what is conflict management? Conflict management is the process of resolving disagreements. On any given day, you might find yourself in dispute with someone else, your family, or your coworkers. Even though there are many reasons why people disagree, many disagreements center on number one, perceptions, two, conflicting goals, three, personal values, either real or perceived. Then four, power dynamics. Then the last but not the least, communication style. Conflict management. Conflict management style. Now, when we talk about conflict management style, there are 5 team conflict management styles which can be deployed to resolve issues in any organization. They include accommodating, avoiding, collaborating, competing, and compromising. Let's take it one by one. Accommodating. A more accommodating approach to conflict management typically emphasizes cooperation more than assertiveness. By employing this tactic, you resolve the conflict by prioritizing the other party's requirements and desires over your own. Number 2, avoiding. When you avoid, you are trying to avoid or get around a conflict. Conflict management in this style lack assertiveness and cooperativeness. Avoidance may give the other party the impression that you don't care, making it unproductive for most disputes. Additionally, some conflict escalates significantly if left unresolved. The next one is collaborating. A high level of cooperation from all parties is required for a collaborative conflict management style. When there is a dispute, everyone works together to reach a fair settlement that benefits everyone. When you have plenty of time and are on the same level of authority as the other parties involved, collaboration works best. If not, you might do better with a different style. The next one is competing. When you use a conflict management style known as forcing or competitive conflict management, you prioritize your own needs and wants over those of others. This style emphasizing independence more than cooperation. To put it in another way, it is not accommodating at all. Even though you might think that using this method would be acceptable, it can be necessary at times when you are in position of greater authority than the other parties and need to settle a dispute quickly. The last style The last but not the least is called compromising. Compromise necessitates cooperation from all parties and moderate assertiveness. Everyone gets something they want or need with this resolution. When time is when time is at a premium, this approach to conflict resolution is effective. Compromise is not always as assertive, it's not always as creative as collaboration due to time constraints, and some parties may be less satisfied. Now, what are the strategies for resolving disagreements? When you spend time with other people, whether at work or at home, disagreements are bound to arise. However, there are a number of negative outcomes that can arise when conflicts are not resolved. They include feelings of hurt, resentment and frustration, loneliness and depression, issues with passive aggression and communication, stress and health issues related to stress, low morale, lower productivity. Then the last one is staff turnover. Life is full of conflicts. Maintaining a healthy home or workplace can be made easier with the help of a few conflict management techniques. When there is conflict, keep these points in mind. Number one, recognize the issue. Keep in mind that if a dispute seems insignificant to you, it may not be to them. Make sure the other person feels hard. Feels hard by actively listening and then decide what to do about the situation. The next thing is to collect the necessary data. A conflict can be resolved on a conflict cannot be resolved until all aspects of the issue have been investigated. Make sure you take your time to learn everything you need to know. You will be able to select the most effective approach to conflict management and come up with the best solution. The next thing is to do is to set standards. It is essential to establish a few guidelines before you begin, whether you are discussing a disagreement with a spouse or intervening for two employees. Participants ought to agree to speak calmly, pay attention, and make an effort to comprehend the other person. Clearly agree that the discussion will end and resume later if the guidelines are not followed. Then the last thing we need to talk about is keep the discussion free of emotion. An angry outburst may resolve a conflict, but only for a short time. Talk things over calmly to keep the disputes from coming back. I believe that conflicts can be managed when we put in place all the things that I have discussed. I remain Oluwaseun Adetule, and I want to give a special thanks to Virtual VT Foundation for this opportunity. Thank you very much.